takes, though, doesn't it? It takes a very strong imaginative effort to actually put yourself into a trashy scene and enjoy it.
No, not at all.
Oh, well.
No, I mean, I'm adaptable for any occasion. No.
Now, you have an immense reputation, public somewhat and private indeed, as being a generous person. Not only are you generous to other people, or seemingly so, though I haven't had a present from you yet, but still that's going to happen. But
I gave you a kiss backstage for the champagne. What more do you want, Russell?
I don't want the world to know about it. But apart from that...
Harrowing for my mother, because she was having an affair with a man who became my stepfather, who I liked very much, and let me have a drop handlebar bicycle.
Things were looking up.
Well, I mean, when my father, I was only allowed to have a bicycle with a basket on the front. I mean, please. Like, no wonder I'm gay. It's like, come on.
Hello, Countdown News. What a privilege for you to see a megastar like me scraping his own plate into a waste paper bin. Ugh, horrible hobus.
Grow up as a child over here. Everybody usually has a car when they're 16. Now, I never had a pair of roller skates till I was 23. You know, I mean, and you know, you have to struggle and
You didn't have hush puppies either, did you?
No, I couldn't have hush puppies. Can you believe it?
No mohair sweaters.
No, none of those awful pink and mauve ones. Do you remember it was from Carnaby Street? I was forbidden to go down Carnaby Street. Do you imagine something so daft? You can't go down there. Den of iniquity. All those old soldiers' uniforms they're wearing. Bloody moth-eaten rubbish.
But didn't that tempt you to want to go? I mean, didn't you sneak down?
No. Never. Well, I could never get into the clothes anyway, so it would depress me. So,
what did you...
Time when the entire youth, younger generation got into pot and getting a little goofy in the head.
Are you saying that the only reason they bought my records was because they were stoned down?
No, not at all.
Just to look into the Quran for a sec.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, this is one of those repeating things.
Yeah, it's a bit boring, but it's not about a comedy. I just wanted to...
Who's got the biggest cock?
Who's got the biggest
Big cock.
Big cock.
Story of my life.
I want you to miss out on Six Flags. It's a lot of fun.
I've been to Six Flags in Kansas City, and I've been to no, I shouldn't say this. Six Flags, did you say? Was there an L in it? Yes, there was. I must tell you a story. It's an incredible story. This is digressing totally. But in England, a faggot is a sausage. And it's a North Country sausage. And,
Obviously she wasn't interested. You lost your earnings. She didn't care.
Immediately now, 7 million Warner Brothers people are running for the exits. No. This is true. A faggot is a North Country sausage. And and there's this firm in England called Birdseye, who are a frozen food company. And when you arrive at London Airport, all these poor old American tourists, they get off the plane at 6:30 in the morning after night, and they walk down the corridor, and the first thing they see is, have breakfast with a faggot. But I usually turn them away.
But you and Barbara, I sucked up big time, and you came through, Barbara. Oh.
Maybe after the movie.
Yeah, do you know her?
I met her, yeah.
Were you nervous?
Oh, we were thinking about having, Michael Jackson is just having this, child and getting married.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Elton?
Well, fatherhood sometimes, could have appealed to me. I mean, Barbara and I, were thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, with my luck, we'd have given birth to a 10-pound gay nose. So, I mean...
You never know.
You never know.
And they're married now.
Who?
Mr. Michael
Jackson. Got married in Australia. I got married in Australia, too. All loonies get married in Australia.
requirement.
When are you going down there?
How often do you use yours or John's yacht?
Well, he goes on it quite a bit because he likes sort of driving it around and things. I don't understand that. I'm a bit frightened of the sea, and after seeing Jaws, I'll probably never go near a beach again. I never have the time, quite honestly. I'd rather play tennis and go sort of out on the boat. I mean, after 5 minutes, I say, well, what else does it do? So it floats. So ducks float. So I'm a bit like that on holiday. I'm sit out on the beach after 10 minutes, and I say, well, what's going to happen next? Very restless. That's why, people say.
I have to be polite here. I was not sure whether I should be calling you Sir Elton.
Yes, absolutely. Of course you do. Can you curtsy for me?
I can try.
Thank you.
Very well, thank you.
Down on your knees, Darryl. Thank you.
Now.
No. Hey, it's porno day.
Now, tell me.
And Cher is going to start the proceedings off. How are you, old bag?
Hello, Bean.
We go back a long way.
Well, do we?
Yeah, I had hair when I first met.
I know.
Yeah.
And you were teeny.
I was teeny.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
And I had Sonny.
Yeah, you had.
And he was teeny.
He was.
You had Sonny too.
So Bono was a completely inappropriate name for him then.
Yes, it was. Completely. All right, so I'm supposed to ask you this question. If you could describe yourself in 20 words or less, what would you say, darling?
Shy, generous, temperamental, fabulous. I don't know. Just an old tart, basically.
Yes,
You know that.
I do.
Kathleen Turner, where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are.
Well, I was wondering, actually, that I know you've got classical training. I know you trained at the Royal Academy.
Right.
So how come you got bumped over into rock and roll?
Well, you see, I knew at an early age that these hands, which are extremely small, would not be suitable for classical music. Because, most classical pianists have beautifully long fingers. And most pianists have very long fingers. And I just about get an octave. So I knew at an early age that I wasn't good enough for classical music. I love playing classical music, but I actually prefer to play rock and roll. And so that's what I decided to do.
It was your hands that did it, huh?
It was the hands that did it. I'm not small in every department, of course.
No, hands have nothing to do with it.
No hands.
No.
Don't believe what you read. Yeah. My reputation's gone within 2 questions, right. I'm leaving.
You're both so similar in backgrounds and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You got to remember, he's royalty. So his backstage is posh. I would say posh, very posh. And he's got all these nice things laid out, and they decorate the room, and he's got thousands of glasses and
Flowers and
flowers
sofas.
and colognes.
What he means to say is, I'm gay and he's straight, right?
Really?
Eating habits. I see you're having your normal breakfast.
Oh, yes. The Cold War is on, so we've been reduced to this sort of stainless steel filtered.
No, it's a bronze by Paul Wunderlich, a German artist.
Are you interested in food?
Of course, that's why I'm so fat. No, I've got this horrible ability to eat the wrong things, and I always put on so much weight. Like, I'm only going to eat a slice of Mother's Pride, and I'm instantly the size of the Crystal Palace. So
I had a little peek at your rider, your list of demands for your dressing room.
Oh, really?
Which was fascinating, I have to say. Apparently, because it's winter, the temperature in your dressing room had to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit precisely.
I have no idea what my rider is. I honestly don't.
Was it warm enough?
It was fine. I was a bit chilly, actually. Well, 68 degrees is a bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly. Yes.
Well, it gets better. 4 large green plants.
Well, large green... Well, you have to have green plants. So.
3 6-foot-long banquet tables covered in white linen tablecloths.
Well, they're not in my dressing room.
Were you having a banquet in there today?
I don't have any 6-foot tables in my room.
No. Most amusingly, I thought, was you requested 1 large flower arrangement. Nothing wrong with that. But you stipulate no chrysanthemums, no lilies, no carnations, and definitely no daisies. And what have you got against that lot?
Well, chrysanthemums are pretty horrible. Carnations don't look good in a vase. Lilies don't smell very nice. And daisies I have nothing against whatsoever.
To tell you that when you play one of your the songs I requested, I probably will cry. So I'm just fair warning the audience, because every time I see you in concert, I cry. Because it's
Why'd you get bad seats?
No!
Oh.
The only thing I have vice is I really sort of collecting things. I think that's a vice. It's just, what do they call people that collect things?
Collectors.
Collectors. Good spotting.
Do you...
So let's talk about, just for a second, there's always, I think they're fun feuds. Like, sometimes it's Madonna, sometimes... Rod Stewart and you have an actual, it's not really...
It's not a feud at all. It's been... Rod and I kind of happened at the same time in America. He happened a little before me, and we've always been great friends, and it's been kind of a rivalry that still goes on. We're such good friends, and some of the times we've been so horrible to each other, but it's been really... like, for once in England... he was playing a huge venue, Earl's Court, which holds about 18,000 people. And he had a big kind of one of those balloons above it, you know, like a little kind of air... What do they call those? The airship things that they... You know,
Yeah.
the bud...
Yeah, I couldn't even think of Buckingham Palace. Don't ask me.
Anyway, so it just said, Rod Stewart here for 3 nights, sold out, so I had it shot down.
You come back from
It's
America.
nice to be in the charts with someone fatter than me. It's wonderful. When are you making a record?
There isn't. I have shown this man nothing but kindness through the years. He comes on.
I come on, right?
He comes on very strong.
I've never come on to you, darling. Never.
Now, there are 2 obvious questions, right? Are you ever going to record together? And
are we ever going to speak together? No to the latter, and the first, maybe.
I tell you what, Billy, you may not follow cricket, but you have one thing in common with cricket that Elton and I have never really experienced.
Balls.
No, bowled or made over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I was married, dear.
Oh, you were?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, thank you.
That's right.
Fingers enough.
I was too, twice.
666 under there. Yes, he was. Twice. We hear about it every night. She brings us something up.
I know when you change your hairstyles all the time, it's like a lot of thought going into it, or you just kind of like, don't feel like that anymore.
Well, no, basically the hair weave runs out and you have to get another one.
Remember the conversation about the pianos? We're going to play smaller venues?
Yes.
So I said, well, why don't we use smaller pianos? He goes, fine, you use a smaller piano. Remember?
Yeah, but I play a piano.
I play a piano.
Yeah, I know, but mine's 9 foot. I can't play less than a 9 foot.
He can't, he's got to
9
have...
foot, you like it bigger.
We got a... Pardon?
So you tend to like the bigger equipment?
Honey.
Tantrum. Oprah.
Yeah.
Oprah, you have to have had a tantrum.
I think she must have had at least one, don't you think?
I mean, she's been fat, so she must have had a tantrum.
Do you think it's only fat people who have the tantrum?
No, but I mean to say, when you can't get into a piece of clothing, you go, ah!
It's fantastic, right?
Yeah.
And Darryl, if I just may do something here, right now, Billy, a long time ago, because at another stadium tonight here in Melbourne, there's a final called the Ansett Cup Final, which is the football thing, right? Now, we made Elton an honorary member of St Kilda, which Michael Gadinsky also follows. Oh, so there you are. We're making you an honorary member, right?
St Kilda. Thank you.
But we have to take it a step further with Elton now, right? So just come over here, Billy. Now, Elton, can you just get on your knees? No, that's
A customary position.
Right. Right. Now, just hold that like an orb.
Oh, there's Kylie Minogue.
Just hold that like an orb. No, just hold like
There's a ball, yes.
like an orb, right. Okay.
dear.
Now, we'd like to now...
It's not a Grand Prix, dear.
No, this is not TNT, right? You kicked the ultimate goal.
Yes.
We have now made you a saint. So,
To Batley Variety Club to see Dusty Springfield, because she was my childhood sweetheart, and I had 70 million pictures of her from Ravalli stuck on my bedroom wall, you know, which when the wall went down, all went like that. Very heartbreaking.
Where was that?
You've reported all the time, you know, you feel that football has helped to keep you sane.
I like the people at the club. I like the supporters. I like the people from visiting club. They're very grounding. When you go in there and you turn up to a game and people say, bloody hell, you put on weight, haven't you? And it's like, oh, thank you. Or, don't like your new hairdo. Why don't you buy another one? can't really beat that, can you?
Town is tomorrow for the Oscars.
Oh,
and
of course.
Then I have my Oscar party.
That's an annual thing, isn't it, the Oscar
party? It is an annual thing, and then I fly and meet Billy in Fukuoka, if you pardon the expression, on Thursday. Yes.
Can I ask you?
You're sweating, Billy.
Might be nice to get a tip from you for the Oscars. Best Picture, Elton?
Well, anything with a tit in it's got a good chance, so I would say Titanic.
Okay. Billy?
Billy?
Titanic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Best Actor?
Best soundtrack, Titanic.
Yeah.
Billy?
Yeah.
Best theme song?
The theme from Titanic, yeah.
All right, best actor?
Titanic.
Best
Damon,
movie
Matt
with
Damon, yeah.
Best movie with water in it?
Best water with water in Titanic. Yes.
No, all right, no. Best actress.
Best actress.
Oh well.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about Judi Dench?
Or Judi Dench.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Best supporting actor.
Your turn.
know, I haven't got
Best
the
supporting
movies that
actor.
much.
Burt Reynolds or Robin Williams.
Burt Reynolds. Have you seen Boogie Nights?
No.
Or your film?
I know, I've seen it. It didn't look real at the end, didn't you think, that thing? It looked like a candle in the wind, basically. It was just all sort of... Oh, yeah, thanks.
Elton, have you put out the invitation list yet for your Oscars party, and who have you got coming?
Oh, they're all coming. Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop.
You start at the top.
What do you wear at home? On stage, you're so...
Ball gowns.
Just a simple ball gown.
Yeah, simple ball. That's why, you know, royal family come in real handy, you know.
You can lend them clothes.
I can, yes, indeed.
The clothes that you're wearing on stage are incredible. I brought some pictures to show.
Oh, really?
How many changes do you make now?
It depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes 3, sometimes 2. It depends.
Oh, this one. Let me get this one first. Okay.
Oh.
I love that one. Can you get that?
That was one of the...
You look like a squirrel in heat on that one.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. A gay squirrel, right?
A gay squirrel.
Yeah. No, that's the week. I had a review in the Hollywood Reporter today that said I wore dull garb.
Can you imagine what she must have been wearing?
I know. I can't wait to see her wardrobe.
And this one, I love this one. This is another one of you.
Just a simple Bob Mackie outfit.
Right off the rack.
$20,000 a wing.
$20,000?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, I'm sure they are expensive.
Yeah.
The tax deductible.
Between Cher and I, he can buy the Cayman Islands. I mean, really.
And this one, which I think is wonderful. You look like a maitre d' at a leather bar.
Yeah. I had enough experience.
20 years now. 20 years.
20 years what, since I've been in a leather bar?
Since you've been a rock
3 years.
star. How do you...
I went to see Marlene Dietrich, for example, in London, and she left me so spellbound, not because she sang great, but she was just there, and she gave off a great presence from the stage. I mean, she gave me a dishwasher, for example. No, I'm say that again. No, I was so mesmerised by her. I came out of the theatre and someone said, "Hey, Elton, will you give us your autograph?" And I signed it, yes, best wishes, Marlene Dietrich. I felt a complete idiot. This girl looked at me and said, "Oh, you put Marlene Dietrich?" And I was so embarrassed, you know.
Oh, ask Billy a question. He's standing here like perspiring.
No,
I am sweating.
What, are you sweating between us?
He's sweating.
Between two thorns?
He's sweating because I got my hand on his bum.
Billy?
Throughout your career, is that you've actually, I think this is why the public like you so much, is that you've actually faced all your demons as they've come along. You've not run away from any of them. You've confronted them and you've said, this is it, this is it.
Yeah.
And that must have taken some doing, some guts. I mean, on the business of your sexuality. I mean, you know, you did it at a time when it wasn't, if you like, fashionable.
I remember when it broke in the newspaper, we were at Rochdale. We were in the 4th Division. And I was in Edinburgh, and I was flying down to Manchester. I was in Edinburgh or Glasgow, and my mother came into the room with a newspaper. She said, "This will be interesting this afternoon." I said, "Yes, it will." So at that time, Mike Keane was the manager, and we were in the 4th Division before Graham Taylor. I was chairman of the club, and it was... I went down there and I thought, oh, God, this is the last thing I want. But, you know, he took me aside and said, listen, we've seen the papers, the players don't give, you know, you're the chairman of our club, we'll support you and whatever. And it was fantastic. I mean, I was so relieved about that because football has been a huge part of my life. I mean, as a kid, I sat on the touchline at Fulham, because my cousin Roy Dwight was a player. And so, you know, Watford has given me some of the best years and the most memorable experiences that I'll ever have. And to be accepted like that, not only by the team, but most of the crowds who've given me some stick. But it makes, you know, if you don't, it's the humour that's amazing.
Like what?
Well, like, don't sit down while Elton's around. Oh, you'll get a penis up your ass. You know, and you're sitting, and that was at Halifax. That was at... It was, you know... And I'm sitting in the director's box. We were at Halifax, another glamorous location, and it was at the Shea, and I was sitting there, and the director's box is right near the pitch. And so the Watford directors and their wives are saying, what are they singing? And my mum's going, nothing. No, they're not singing. And you know what? They're standing right in front of me. And if you're prepared to come out and say what you are and, you know, live your life the way I do, I've never had any trouble with any violence at football matches. They're just good, you know, they're just having a go at you, and you have to take it on the chin. But it was embarrassing, I have to say.
Are there any other gay chairmen of the
I beg your
football
pardon.
club? I mean, are you the only one?
None that I fancy, anyway.
Surely,
let's put it like
you and Ken Bates.
Ken Bates and I are not an item. No. Just a little too old for me. And Doug Ellis, you're safe too. There were a couple. There were a couple when I was...
Who were they?
They're not with us anymore. I'm not telling you who they were. No, but there were a couple of gay chairmen. But it was like, you know, like a masonry thing. You know, it's like two nods to the right and a shake of the elbow. And I'll meet you in the ladies, right?
What's the single item you've bought in your life that's brought you the most happiness?
Vibrator, definitely. I got one.
Oh, look.
Billy,
thank God. It's my...
It's your retainer.
Oh, it is. It's my Zimmer frame. Oh, wouldn't be the first time I had an organ in my mouth, would it? Thank you.
Starship One was a Boeing 707. Had an organ on the plane, a bedroom, a bathroom. I mean, it was ridiculous. You know, way to go, baby. Couldn't believe it. I mean, this whole plane, which took everybody. It was a lot of fun. I remember being on it once, though, when I was in a shitty mood. And it was my birthday. And I don't know why I was in a shitty mood, but I was. But I was sulking up front. People kept coming up to me saying, Elton, come up to the organ. Someone wants to... They've got a surprise for you. No, fuck off. So this went on for about 10 minutes, and in the end, someone came up to me in tears and said, you've got to come up. It's Stevie Wonder's here. And I was being such an asshole. And it was Stevie Wonder sitting at the organ playing Happy Birthday to me, and it's like, oh God, I felt so awful. I had sex on the plane, fabulous. And a fireplace, fantastic. I mean, how many planes do you get on now that have a fireplace? I mean, get that one, Richard Branson.
Believe anything a lot of these people are saying. Yeah. I think a lot of it's done purely to make money.
It's like Zsa Zsa Gabor said when she was asked, what do you think of condoms? And she said, depends what's in it for me, darling.
And that was one of the things I wanted to ask you about, actually, the synthesizer.
I love electronic music. I don't like when it's just on mass-produced robot records, but when it's used properly. I mean, Kraftwerk. I had the original 4 speakers from Trident Studios in my house, and I remember smoking a joint and listening to Trans-Europe Express, and that was the first time I actually think I saw God.
Part of it has no bone. It's wiggly, wobbly. So I played with the side of it. This hand was pulled out of the socket. It was very strange. I was on a 78 XL CR. You know what that is.
Right, yeah.
And it's got a lot of torque. Take off the line. Woman ran a red light. Anyway.
Too butch for me.
Yeah. This is the kind of music that Studio 54 played.
So talk us through what Elton John looked like when you were raving.
Hair was different colours, hot pants, jackets, sneakers, whatever.
Were you there when Bianca Jagger came in on the back of a white horse?
I wasn't, no. But I was in a restaurant once when Peggy Lee was there, and a horse came in and took a huge dump right side. But that's another story.
That's a better
my life.
story.
Yeah, that's a better story.
Incidentally, I know this is one of your favourite artists, and I can't help but promote this, Darryl, because we're talking about the Academy Awards, which are on Channel 9 on 7:30 on Tuesday night. And tonight, one of your favourite artists, and after the show, you must go back to the hotel and tune in. We've got a special on Madonna.
Oh, you have? How fabulous. Nice colour, this.
Yeah, it is. Put it, wear it, please.
Yeah, I
tonight,
will.
for
Yes,
life.
thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Billy, I love you.
She was the iceberg that the Titanic f***ing crashed into.
After you take this, do you have fun with this, or do you get pissed off?
A long time ago, it used to bug me, and I've developed a thick skin about it. I mean, this was the day they had an earthquake in India. And this is on the cover of the Post.
Well, it says here... Well, the Earth obviously moved for you.
What about the Backstreet Boys? Yeah, they make videos, but those boys can sing their ass off. You heard them tonight. They're brilliant. Everyone slags them off. Those boys can sing. They have my ultimate respect. They are great. Some of the other ones, I don't know about, but those boys are fucking great. I've slept with all the boy bands. I know them all. TLC, the Dixie Chicks, I don't know nothing about them.
My favourite of all, I saw you in Australia once, dressed as Marie Antoinette, I think it was, with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra.
It wasn't Marie Antoinette, it was bloody Chopin.
Oh, sorry.
Bloody hell. Hey, well, you got my number right, though, right? To me, I thought I was Chopin, but to everybody else, I was Marie Antoinette. Story of my life.
Now, as you can see, the crowd are coming into the MC.
Very slowly, yes.
No.
There's my Auntie Vi over there in the red skirt.
Hello, Elton.
Oh, there's Dickie Knee down there.
There's my Uncle Hubert over there in the red skirt, too. There's Billy's family with a hot dog stand. Yeah, but it's, they're still filing in at that point. I think the end of the concerts are always better than the start because everyone's been is having a much better time. At the start, everyone's kind of got great expectations, and of course, we always let them down.
Thank you both.
Listen, thank you very much, and I'm glad the hysterectomy worked out for you.
We were like close knee to knee, and a counsellor for him and a counsellor for me, and they just asked me questions. And he busted me completely. He thought I was going to hit him or walk out the room, which was probably my normal behaviour. But I actually just stood there and took it and decided from that moment on that he was right and this is what I should do.
Well, he told you what was wrong with you?
Yeah, he said you're a bulimic, you're a drug addict, you're an alcoholic, you're a liar. And he had to write a list of everything that was wrong with me, and it went on for ages. And then I had to write a list of what was wrong with him, and the only thing I could put was, does not put CDs back in the cover.
I'm very, very humbled to be in a room with so many of my ex-boyfriends. 3,500 of you, I think.
Not to do with this at all, right? Because I was talking to some of the band members earlier on.
Yeah.
And I did a swap. I'm not going to name names, but several of them shaved their testicles.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm curious as to whether you, Sir Elton John, a Knight of the Realm, whether you go down there with the Mach 3 razor and get it shining. And if not now, whether you have in the past, sir, I put it to you, you have.
I have not.
You, I bet you have.
I don't shave my testicles. I use a cream that you can buy in France.
There you go. Smooth.
And you leave it on for about 4 minutes. It sounds like you're doing a recipe, don't you? Put it in the oven for 4 minutes and then don't leave it on any longer, otherwise the skin comes off as well. And then you go in the shower and you come off and it's, like, fabulous.
But, you know, and I've been around the block.
I pass it on to so many, I'm sure you have. Yeah. Many times.
Don't you? I think a little bit of fuzz down below gives a man a bearish appeal.
What about your wife? Does she like the old pubic hair and the teeth job? I mean, it's a valid question. I bet your testicles are like Osama bin Laden's beard. I bet. No, you've got the ZZ Top balls of life.
No, well done. Yeah. I trim them, I just don't shave.
Too many people who can play. I'll never get to a stage of other pianists, and so half of me thinks there's no point in even trying. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
you're one of these people that if you don't pick it up and you're not any good at it, you don't want to do it because you want to be brilliant at it, right?
Well, yeah, but I'd love to be able, I'd love to just,
That's why you're giving up sex. No.
I told you, don't say that on the air.
No, all right.
It's between you and I.
I tell you.
Well,
yes.
literally.
Well, I hope it is now.
That's
Oh, like, hey, it is between you and I as well. Oh.
That's the only reason he came on the show. Good morning,
It
Ian.
is. Thank you.
Oh, dear.
Dear, oh, dear.
I've seen Jules Holland play the piano, and he just blows me away.
Yeah.
I just don't know the speed of it. I don't know.
Well, let me come round and I'll blow you away. Good morning.
I don't have a keyboard.
Oh, really?
Oh, dear.
The office still open.
I'll
The
get
office still open.
And talk to me about the Caesar's Palace residency.
Well, that's really, really enjoyable. I mean, it's a wild show that's been designed and produced by David LaChapelle, the photographer and video maker, and it's really quite an amazing extravaganza. It's an hour and a half of... It's a bit like going on a roller coaster ride for an hour and a half with all the visual stuff that's going on, and then me trying to survive it on stage. But it's really good fun, and everyone who's seen it has had a great time. It's very... You won't see anything like that anywhere else in the world, I wouldn't think. It was, you know, when everyone said I was going to go to Vegas, everyone thought, oh, well, you know, play a few hits, get the old money, take the money and run. But I didn't want to do that, and I got David LaChapelle to do the show, and it's quite outrageous. I mean, for all you heteros out there are more tits than anything else in the show, so... there's power.
I'm going.
Something for everybody. Some pole dancing, and it's great. It's great fun.
I like it.
We're there.
Yeah. We should do the show from backstage.
I said tits, didn't I?
Yeah,
you can't say tits on the radio like the Scissor Sisters.
It's a category C swear. Would you get away with that?
I go right.
You have to say shirt pillows.
What about wank? Is that?
Oh no!
That's moving up. Is that B? Is that a category B? A bit like hurricanes, are they?
Yeah. Well, I'd class that as an A, actually.
Oh, would you?
I'd put it quite up there.
It's a climber. What about the vagina?
No.
It's a biology term. Vagina is a normal word that you can look up in the dictionary.
I know, but...
Like testicle, right? Testicles, all right. Yes, testicles, yes. A hemorrhoid. Yes, yes. Asteroids. Asteroids, yes.
You're listening to my last show on Radio 1.
It's been lovely being here.
Yeah.
Did Gwen Stefani swear?
No.
No, well,
no.
bollocks.
She said... I apologise to all the
sorry about this, but I have this kind of syndrome towards 10 o'clock, so...
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so pleased you came on the show.
I did. I'll clear it up. It's all right. It's just gone over the playlist.
It's like Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Go on, let's say those tits. Come a little bit closer, Elton. Just come a little bit closer, Elton.
Is this what I have to do to sell records?
Oh, please, yeah. How more than this?
All right.
Okay. All right.
One more cleavage. I'm new at this.
One more cleavage shot, okay.
Come on, get him out. Show us your tits, Elton.
Tits, come along.
Sorry. Famously, you were very close to Princess Diana, but even before that, I think you played at Prince Andrew's 21st?
Yes, at Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
And that was a very nervy experience because Ray Cooper, my percussion player, and myself played. And suddenly you looked in the balcony and these are all gold chairs and suddenly they fill up and you think, oh, God. We played and I came down, I changed, and I was in a ballroom with a band and Diana Spencer, she wasn't Prince Charles's wife, and she said, do you want to dance? So I can't dance anyway, but we did a faux Charleston, and then we went into dinner, and then it was a buffet dinner, and then Princess Anne said, shall we go to the disco? And I said, fine, it's the quietest disco you've ever heard. And I danced with Princess Anne thinking, you know what, I was born in a council house, it's very surreal. And then the Queen came in, and she said, can we join you? And I said to say, no, fuck off, right? I mean, they wanted... Record company, who are here tonight, assholes. I don't mean that. They're a very good record company. But they, you know, it's been suggested.
Shows when you're a star, isn't it? You're a proper star can call a record company an arsehole.
Well, they wanted me to make Christmas albums and, you know, cover albums, Motown records, but that is so silly, you know. I'll leave that to Rod Stewart and people like that. Did I say that?
Yes, you
Have
did.
you said...
Imagine all the people living life in It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'll buy you a house for a couple of quid. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a bottle and shoe. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.